Hey Horse Bosses, this is week 4. This is my recap. So this is day 1 when we're supposed to lope and then change our body position and get them to slower lope. This is Ivy. She did really good. She was pretty hot. I did warm her up first and she's still pretty crazy hot, but eventually she did start to relax and kind of calm down and slow her lope, just with my body moving back and my legs moving forward. This is Gigi with day 1, and she actually did this really well. She's still coming back, so she's not quite a fire-breathing dragon yet. I had warmed her up first, and so then we went ahead and did this, and you can tell when I'm asking her and have to use the reins a little bit, she kind of bobs her head because she doesn't like it. But she did pretty well, and she started to realize what I was asking her to do and how to slow down with it, so I was pretty happy with how she did this challenge. This is day 2, where we had to start at the walk and then use some pressure on our legs and bring them up to a trot, and then be able to bring them to a lope and then bring them back to a trot and to a walk. So Ivy did this pretty well. She still was walking pretty fast and wouldn't calm down. You can tell when I have to use my reins a little bit, she swishes her tail, but a lot of the times she did move off just my body movement, and I was super proud of her and super happy that she is getting really sensitive to just how my body moves, and I am so proud of how she performed. Here I am with Gigi on day 2, and she's a little bit tougher to get her to react to my body, only because I have trained her to be mostly up in my hands, not knowing that's what I was doing. So it took a few circles to get her to realize. She did really good with the pressure moving her into a trot and then into a lope, and then I would sit back and slowly she was getting the idea that, oh yeah, that did mean whoa. And I was super happy by the time we finished this challenge that she was really responding to just the shift of weight and the pressure from my legs. And when I opened up my legs and it sat deep and then asked her to turn, I was super proud of how far along she's come, and this challenge was really cool to do on her. So this is day 3 on Ivy. This is where we do the circle with the counter arc on the outside. I was super nervous about this because I wasn't quite sure how Ivy would do. We did do the side passing down the fence and then the side passing down the arena, and she did really well. I just wasn't sure how she was going to respond to this, and I did find out that she does have a stronger side, so she did really well. She didn't like it at first, and there was a lot of tail swishing, and then I would give her a break a few times, and then we would do it again. I was super impressed with actually how well she did, because I didn't think that we were going to do pretty well in this challenge. And now here's day 3 on Gigi. I wasn't sure how she would do because she's kind of a high-headed horse, and we did have major difficulty side passing down the fence and down the arena. We did really good with the side passing in the poles, so I was quite impressed when Gigi just kind of automatically did this, and I could totally feel that I was keeping her shoulder up on the inside and that she was really flexing and listening and responding to how I was moving my legs and moving my hands to get her to do this counter arc. I have to be honest, I didn't think that she was going to do this challenge, but I am super impressed with how well we did and excited that I could actually do this and have her do it. And here's Ivy on day 4, and I kind of just added day 5 into both of these because I feel like in all my videos you can see the stop and back up. I've actually instilled that into my practices and made that part of every stop that I do. But this is the counter arc of the figure 8. I was a little nervous at first. I wasn't sure how Ivy was going to do, and you can totally tell that she has a stronger side. So I decided to use one barrel and one non-barrel in my figure 8, and I was pretty happy by the time we got done of how well she was actually doing and how she was moving. She wasn't quite happy with this, which you can tell with the tail swishing, but she did listen and she did respond almost instantly by the time we were done doing this. And then Gigi with day 4 and 5. She actually did really well with this, and I was super impressed. I didn't know how she was going to do, just like I didn't know how we were going to do with the circle with the flexing on the outside, but she did super well, and I'm super proud of her. And I like how we have this movement now because I can totally tell how this is going to translate over to our barrel runs. She did really good both directions. She was a little confused at first, but it was super smooth feeling, and she was just like ready to do it, and I was super happy with how she did this challenge. Day 6, trying to put everything I've learned into a 3-minute video. And then day 7, while the horses were resting, I got to get new boots. Super cool.